Nadine Gary from Clitoraid is joining me on Google Hangout. Now, the last time I spoke with Nadine, she was working with Clitoraid to open up the very first hospital that would repair the clitorises of women who have been affected by female genital mutilation. Now, that hospital was set to open on March 7th in Burkina Faso, but there's been a delay to the hospital opening its doors. Now, Nadine, why don't you tell me what exactly happened?
So, well, first of all, I want to say that we have 13 patients that just had their surgeries between Tuesday and Wednesday. So even though there was a delay in opening the hospital, we have these 13 patients who are very, very happy, to have their clitoris back. So I'd like to start on this very positive note because, that's what we do for.
Now, are those patients you're talking about in Burkina Faso?
They are in Burkina Faso, they are in Bobo Dioulasso. Some of them have traveled from Sierra Leone, from Kenya, from different places in West Africa. And I'm saying they really traveled through those dusty roads. I mean, because they have very limited means. And they came and they were so happy that, they were able to have their surgery. So, very positive news. So yes, we have this hospital. It's brand new. It's all equipped, and it can't function. Why can't it function? Because it's missing a stamp. And why wasn't the stamp, given by the government of Burkina Faso? It's because there is a surgeon who also does obstetrics and this sort of surgery, who wrote to the government and the health minister to tell them that because we were of the Rileyan philosophy, we are not fit to do humanitarian work. He's a devout Catholic, and so for him, this, because we have a different philosophy, so then, we are not fit for humanitarian work. So what's strange is that, what he said had so much weight on the health minister and on the government, enough to, to delay the opening of our hospital. Because everything was ready. The First Lady was ready to inaugurate, in 2 days. I mean, up until last Friday, everything was set. And suddenly he comes with this. We were stunned, absolutely stunned.
Wow, I can't imagine being so ready to open something that's going to change so many lives, and then be shocked with this news that you actually can't open the doors to the hospital. What are the next steps to actually get those doors open?
So we have to resubmit the files that, because what happened is in 2011 we submitted our file. It's a long process and we knew it. And they lost our file, And so they admitted that they lost our file. And they said, no problem, resubmit. And we will, make the process go very fast so that you can open on the 7th of March. And since the First Lady is going to be part of the ceremony, we want to make sure that we're going to have this done on time. So, we really trusted what they were saying. But the original problem is that they lost our file. So, so these are the steps we're going to have to resubmit all the files that we need to resubmit and go through the process again, and hopefully there will not be any more discrimination. But what we're going to do is we're going to demonstrate in front of the Burkina Faso embassy around the world, because this has to be known. I mean, come on. The First Lady of Burkina Faso, this is the dearest thing to her heart. She has been campaigning against FGM for decades. It's really important to her. It's really important to this country. And there are 65% of the women that are circumcised. So for a hospital to stay closed like this, that is offering the service, is just, it's incomprehensible. It's unimaginable that they would do that. It's like, you have a starving population, and you have all this food, and then, oh, you're not allowed to pass out the food because, you are of the Radian religion. I mean, this is helping human beings. So.
Well, Nadine, it's really great to see you staying so positive while you make this reapplication. Do you know how long it's going to take for the application to go through so we can get those doors open at the hospital?
So it will depend. It could have been done in 1 week. I mean, we could have, been open on the 7th of March if this man had not said, oh, no, don't do that, it's the Raelians. So it can take as little as a few days, or they can make it drag on for a few months. It depends on who's behind and how much they want to slow us down. Because it's just a stamp, it's just a stamp. And but what we're happy about is that we are, our surgeons have traveled from the United States, and they have started to operate in a sister clinic that is hosting the surgery. So we're happy that we're able to continue what we're doing in spite of this administrative setback.
Well, it's definitely great to hear that you can continue with the surgeries at your sister hospital. Earlier on in the conversation, you mentioned that there's going to be some demonstrations at Burkina Faso embassies around the world. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and how people can get involved?
So, first of all, I want to say that when the women in Burkina Faso, in Bobo Dioulasso, heard what the government was doing, they also wanted to do demonstrations. So it started from the women who are circumcised, who are waiting for their surgery, and who cannot stand the fact that the government would be in the way of them being repaired. You see, it started with the anger from them, and so we're going to do it on this March. We're going to do the inauguration ourselves, in Bobo Dioulasso, in our hospital. It will be. We are going to just inaugurate the building, but so on the 7th of March there will be demonstrations, and we're hoping to have one also in South Africa, a demonstration, and because all of the continent of Africa needs to know what Burkina Faso is doing. Something that is, first of all, religious discrimination, and then discrimination against women. They are not realizing that this is really fundamental. They're going against human rights. So.
Now, how can people in South Africa find out about the demonstration here and become involved?
So they can go, we haven't posted the information yet on our website, but they can go to clitoraid.org, and then they will find out, about the activities around the world.